if you want a plan for the future, we can help your dreams come true. A degree that gets you the right job. It's affordable and easy for you. Asnuntuck Community College. Friendly people that know who you are. Asnuntuck Community College. A college so close that can take you so far.
Hello and welcome to Changing Lives. I'm your host, Eileen Peltier, Dean of Workforce Development and Continuing Education at Asnuntuck and Tungus Community Colleges. I'm here tonight with Gary Carra, Coordinator of Business and Industry Services at the college, Asnuntuck, Jessica Poirier, Continuing Education Coordinator at Asnuntuck, and Kelly Krivacs, Esthetician Instructor, both basic and advanced, at Asnuntuck. So let's get started. Jessica.
Yes.
Monkey in the middle. I'll start with you. You're the Continuing Education Coordinator at Asnuntuck. Could you tell our viewing audience a little bit about the programs that your department offers?
Sure. We offer personal enrichment classes like yoga, Reiki. We offer professional development classes, real estate, bartending.
So real estate, could somebody get their real estate license through Asnuntuck?
Yes. It's about a 60-hour course, and that will prepare you for the state licensure test. So.
Okay.
We offer health career certificate programs like dental assistant, EMT, sterilization technician.
Can you say a little bit about what a sterilization technician does?
Sure. Sterilization technician, they're going to work primarily in a hospital setting where you're going to sterilize instruments for surgery. So you do have to lift about 50 pounds because they are pretty heavy, the instruments, so you want to make sure that you're able to do that in that career.
I guess I'm also wondering, do they sterilize the instruments after the surgery?
They do.
Okay, that's gross.
They do. Yes.
That is gross. I cannot do that.
But it's very serious. You know, the instruments, they have to be sterile. If they, you know, they're not, obviously that could be deadly. So they take it very seriously. It's a national credential with that sterilization technician program.
And all of the certificate programs you're talking about lead to some kind of licensure or credential?
They do.
Very good.
Yes.
So that people are not just getting a certificate that you or I as dean sign saying they completed a program, but they're actually getting a credential that any employer in that industry would recognize and value.
Correct.
That's huge.
Yes,
that's great.
it is.
So when you're looking at starting a new program, what types of information do you assess to determine whether this is a program you want to start at the school?
So we usually look at the labor market, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, and see what's up and coming and trending for Employment Outlook, and that there are jobs in those careers that are available.
That's great, because the last thing we want to do is train somebody, have them take 8 months out of their life, study with us, and then not be able to get a job.
That's right.
So I know that you do spend a lot of time analyzing labor market information to make sure, as you say, there are jobs that pay a good wage.
That's right.
Terrific.
Yes.
Good. And then what is the SNAP ENT? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, so the SNAP program, it's a program that you have to be the primary card holder, have to be in Connecticut resident, and there's some scholarship funding available if you are on SNAP, which is food stamps. So if that does apply to you, there are programs at our college that are approved for that. So we would start you with an orientation process and kind of get you familiar with what programs we offer under the SNAP scholarship program.
And so am I correct that all of your industry certification programs are SNAP approved?
Yes. Yes.
So that means anybody who is on SNAP in Connecticut could take that program for free?
Yes, that's correct.
That's fantastic. That's a really great opportunity for people that I don't think enough people are taking advantage of.
I agree.
And I know that President Lambella, when we first came on board with SNAP Employment and Training Funds, didn't want our SNAP recipients going into their pocket for anything.
Right.
So we actually restructured the tuition
Yes.
for the whole for our offerings for everybody to include, what does the tuition typically include?
Textbooks, national certification exams, tuition will often pay for scrubs. They often will give gas cards if somebody's struggling with transportation issues, things like that.
That's excellent. That's a really great opportunity. And It's worth noting again that anybody with a valid Asnuntuck ID can ride the Magic Carpet Bus.
Yes.
And they can ride it all around town, and
Right.
it doesn't have to be just to take them to school. It could be a Saturday and you want to go grocery shopping.
Right.
You show that ID and you can get on the bus for free. So that's pretty cool. And then while we're talking about support services for students, could you talk a little bit about the childcare that's available on campus?
Sure. So we do have childcare at Asnuntuck. Typically, hours are about 8:30 to 3:30 every day. It's usually when most of the classes meet for the daytime students, and the child must be 3 years of age or older to participate in the program, and that's no cost to the student.
No cost to the student.
Yes.
That's huge. Because transportation and childcare are two of the biggest barriers, both to education and to employment.
Right.
So Asnuntuck is really taking down those barriers left and right.
Yes,
I
we
think
are.
that's fantastic.
Yes.
Great. And now I know your colleague, Gary, provides a lot of services for employers. So I'm going to turn to Gary now. Could you tell us a little bit about your work with employers, and what type of things do you offer to employers? And is it only big employers? Do you work with everybody? Or
Well, we even work with folks that are thinking about starting a business. We do some workshops for free through the SBA about creating a business plan and model and loans and lending, all the way up to, we do work with some of the larger, obviously we're very big in manufacturing and aerospace, but
Yes.
every size we have, we work with, and that's kind of where I come in, is there's a lot of customization. Obviously you wouldn't do the same training for 200 people that you would do with 5 people, but
right.
basically it's my job to, when is just talk to the companies and see exactly what they're looking for and the fit. We're able to model these where we can have them at their facility a lot of times. Sometimes they prefer to come to campus, which is nice because you're not
Yeah.
being interrupted all the time. And for a lot of folks, it's also a chance to really get the college experience and come onto campus, and they enjoy
Right.
that part of it. So everything we do is totally customizable. We'll take any curriculum and we'll review it together. And this is the part that my hardest part, aside from letting the businesses know that we offer this, is that everything can be exactly how they want it to be. They'll see a curriculum and they say, I really like 90% of this. I mean, we don't really do the fabrication piece. And so I just take a pen and I cross it off. I said, there, it's gone. Would you like to replace it with something else, or we can just shorten it?
Yeah.
Then the wheels start
Special
turning.
orders don't upset us.
And they start to see the potential.
Yes,
And it could
yep.
be a mix of soft skills, and how we have many times what starts off with a manufacturing or a training like that, we find there's a need for ESL and dealing with different difficult people, team building, and all kinds of offshoots
Right.
come out of that training. We package it all together.
That's fantastic. I think employers really value that, because then when that completion certificate comes across their desk, they know that they designed this. It's not an off-the-shelf generic training. It was really designed by you with the employer to meet a specific need and solve a specific problem. So more employers should take advantage of it. So what kind of funding do you find that you have access to, for example, through the Department of Labor, that
Sure.
you help employers access?
Well, I work with a few. There's some incumbent worker training funds that are applicable to all Connecticut businesses.
Now, how does that work?
And so those would basically, we'd get a program together, and we'd review and work in tandem with Department of Labor, and they would look at the funding they have available is just like any other state funding. Sometimes there's more or less, but we look at what's available, we look at what we're doing, and they basically just need to review it, and they go to visit if they haven't been. They need to make sure there's a viable business, and
Yeah.
so there's a little review, and you're in good standing with the state. And then in many instances, the employer would get up to 50 cents on a dollar back. So $10,000 worth of training, which is the threshold, they would get $5,000 back.
Wow, 50% off, really.
And are already, I would say, very affordable rates.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the thing that I'd like to add when they think of they see these rates, or they think of a community college, is that it is really not a case of pay less, get less. I mean, we're the place where folks come with a lifetime of experience in big corporations, and they just want to give back a little. And then we have some, instructors that I'm sure a lot of places would pay premiums for.
Absolutely.
And they literally just want to give back and share
Right.
their knowledge. So we have a great talent pool.
Right. So people should not think because we are competitively priced that somehow the quality isn't there. The quality is 100% fair, and
Exactly.
it's just more
I mean,
affordable.
sometimes you couldn't buy it on your own. You know,
Yeah.
you literally have people walk in with their resumes, they're retired and they're looking for a way to give back.
Yep, teaching gig. Yep, we have a lot of experts. And you mentioned something about people coming onto a campus, and I just wanted to circle back to Jess for a second
Yes.
to talk about Charter Oak's assessment of
Right.
our programs. Can you talk about what that is? Even though we call ourselves non-credit,
Right.
some of our programs actually do come with credit. How does
That's
that
right.
work?
So we went through a review with the Charter Oak assessment team, and some of our programs, for instance, the medical billing and coding program had earned 19 college credits. That can be transferred back to Asnuntuck. That's what we hope for most
Yeah.
students.
Yep.
That they come back and finish, maybe an associate's with us or a certificate program. So there's a few programs that led into the credit assessment program with Charter Oak. The registered medical assistant program, which now is on the credit side, but that
Right.
had many college credits with that as well. So
33.
33.
Yes.
Half of an associate's degree.
Right. So we had a lot of students who came through to become a registered medical assistant.
Correct.
They did not go through the traditional credit side enrollment process.
Right.
They just wanted to get our short-term training and get working, which they do.
Right.
And then find out that they have more than half of an associate's degree in their pocket.
That's right.
So that's something that people who call the college should ask about, when they're talking to you or to Sue Champagne, your colleague,
Right.
about opportunities, because a lot of our courses do come with college credit, and people
They
might
do.
not even realize that.
Right.
Because we call ourselves non-credit, which we're going to have to stop doing
Yes.
because it does come with college credit.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool. So we had talked about, I'm going to come back to you, Gary, in a minute, but I just wanted to talk to Kelly for a second. When I was asking Jess about starting new programs,
Right.
we have a new program that we're scheduled to start hopefully in the new year.
Yes.
Yes.
Cosmetology.
Yes.
Yes, excitement.
And I told you in the green room that I always confuse cosmetology with makeup, and I think it's because of the word cosmetics. But it's not just makeup. Can you tell us what cosmetology is?
Cosmetology is, first, it's exciting.
Yes.
Another thing, it's everything. You're going to be learning hair. They also train you on manicuring. They touch base on a lot of makeup. They touch base on skincare. So you're getting all of this in one course now.
Wow.
Yeah. So
That's really cool.
it's really broadening.
Yeah.
There's so much to do out in there now with the Cosmo. Yeah.
Right. So, as I mentioned at the introduction, you are our esthetician teacher. Could you talk a little bit
Yes.
about what estheticians do, what it
Yes.
is?
Aesthetics is basically is the science that deals with our largest organ, which is our skin, which I love. So what we're here for is to make sure that we can teach you how to take care of your skin, and we can also pamper you and take care of your skin ourselves.
Sounds good.
So when you're in basic aesthetics, you're learning the facials, the massage, product knowledge, ingredient knowledge, which is a huge thing now.
I will say it is, because it just
Yes.
literally took me years to figure out that talc in makeup makes my face itch like crazy. And I would always be scratching my face if I was wearing makeup, and I never really put it together. And then at the end of the day, I'd have all this makeup under my nails. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? Why am I so itchy?
Exactly.
And
So
I
we're-
somehow figured out it was talc.
Right, we're here to tell you that. This is
Yeah.
what's good for you, this is what's not good for you.
Right.
We're here to help you protect your skin from the UV, all of that. So basics, we're learning the basics, getting everything ready from waxing to everything. When you move up to the advanced, you're going deeper now. Now it's huge anti-aging.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to age anymore.
No.
Right? No. That's a
Nope.
huge thing. So we go into more on that. We go into the chemical exfoliations. We go into the eye lifting, the lash lifting, the tinting, the micro, the chemicals,
What's the micro?
the microdermabrasion. It's almost like a little sandblaster to your face. And basically that's really, I explain it that way. What it does is shed that top layer of the skin off to give you that new fresh look. It's great to help with some fine lines, hyperpigmentation, a lot of sun damage it helps with.
Now, when somebody gets that, can they just walk out and go back to work?
You got it.
Really?
Anything we perform, you usually can put makeup on right after and go right back to work.
Wow.
Yes,
Now I've
yes.
seen about like skin tightening, oil therapy, lasers, radio frequency. What's your take on all of that? Does that stuff work?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It does. It goes a little more in advance. That's when you're really going into more of a medical.
Oh yes.
Which, while you take the basics, then you go into the advanced. That's putting your foot towards medical.
Okay.
So if you want to go into the lasers, you would continue with your education on laser.
Okay.
And that's how you would, progress into it.
Right.
Yeah. But it's all fun.
Yeah, yeah. And I know that you often have a clinic where we can get
Yes.
facials. I had a 5-layer facial,
Yes.
which included the hard mask covering. And you did
Yes,
say, like,
it
if you get
was.
claustrophobic, might not be for you. I agree. It was a little
I've had
freaky
that
having
too.
this hard
Not
mask.
for you. Right.
Yeah, and
right.
Gary had it too, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And Gary also has had,
There we go.
Okay.
he's a really good sport on, I think, more than one occasion.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Gary does it for all my classes.
He's been,
He
Probably
is
a
a
Well,
half
model.
male model.
he's a, yeah, can
He's
we
a
say
model.
it?
Male model.
We've already gone down this. It's too late to turn back now. Can I say
Yes.
what it was?
Sure.
Well,
Okay.
no, don't-
Gary
no,
had
no.
his back waxed.
He is my brave soul.
They don't
We'll
have a
come
lot of
in
male
at-
participants.
Exactly. So if you are a male out there listening,
Give us a
we'd
call.
love to do back
It's
waxing.
not as bad as the movie that everyone's
Thank you.
And
Steve
I picked
Carell.
up a mile per hour swimming. I'm much faster.
See that? See that? So he is my model for every class I do, and it's great because he shows no pain.
Yep.
He's very stoic like that.
He
Yes.
is.
I think it's because he works with all of us women all day long.
That's right.
He puts up with a lot.
And the students enjoy it. The students really appreciate
Oh, I'm
that.
sure they
You know,
do.
because like we said, we don't get a lot of
Right.
males to show us that.
Yeah.
And Gary has done everything to try to promote that with even the workers around there.
Yes, he does.
But suddenly
trying to find
nobody
a
has
substitute.
any hair on their backs, But yes, he does a lot
It's a
for
very
us.
strange feeling the first time you put your shirt back on after that.
Oh, I
It
bet.
takes- yeah,
Feel a little nude?
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
That was
Now, I did something weird.
Okay.
just one.
Well, yeah, no, I should say I had something weird done to. No, this is not.
This is aesthetics.
But what is
Welcome
it
to our
called?
world.
Coning that you did?
Yes.
Ear coning,
Can you
yes.
talk about that?
Yes, ear coning is, it's been done for years. Egyptian, it's been done, so
Wow.
far back. Basically, it's a homeopathic way of getting earwax out of your ears.
Yeah.
It's like a candle that's wrapped up in a cloth with paraffin, and we light one end and put the other in your ear, and it instantly sucks up.
That was amazing.
It is.
Yeah.
I really, we try to teach everything and anything we can with the students,
Yeah.
from tinting your eyelashes to tinting your eyebrows to lifting those lashes to whatever we can possibly do.
What is threading?
Threading is with thread, and basically they use it for tweezing. They basically
okay.
thread your eyebrows and it.
Oh,
I think it hurts. I'd
Yeah.
rather be waxed. No,
Yeah.
I'd rather. Me
Right.
personally, I'd rather be waxed.
yeah.
Only because to me, it's like little torture. Waxing, it's one quick torture.
Right,
You know.
that's true.
Yeah.
Rip
But-
the Band-Aid off.
That's right.
That's
Very good. So let's see. So we talked about estheticians. When do your clinics typically run?
The clinics usually run. We have a day and night clinic. They always run on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Okay. Days or evenings?
Days and evenings will run on Tuesday and Thursdays.
Okay.
We usually start about 10 a.m. and then we take our last client about 2.
And what,
You know.
if I wanted to get a facial, typically how much would a facial cost?
Our facials are between $25 and $30, depending what exfoliation you're using. So it's a really good price for what you're getting, because normal facials out there are probably $75 to $80.
Wow, that's great.
And the money is great. It all goes back right into the, the school to help us get more supplies that these students want,
Right.
need, and just to advance them even higher. So that's what they basically want to do, and the students love working on other skin.
I bet.
I tell everybody to come in. It's just like a spa.
It is like
It
a spa.
is.
It's
Just like
He
beautiful.
has done nice things to me too. I had a back facial.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, I bet that was
back
relaxing.
facial.
It was.
Yes,
Yeah.
everything to do with your face, we just put it on your back. Massage, cleansing.
Nice.
No, you can't get that back.
Yeah.
You're always at the cabinet, itching that back and everything like that. Well, let us do it for you. Let us get that dead skin off for you.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
that
exciting.
sounds great.
Yes.
Yeah. Gary, I want to come back to you now. So you announced
I wonder how
recently.
you're gonna connect this dot. From scratching against the camera.
Oh, here it is. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Oh,
The apprenticeship program,
yes.
right? Mutually beneficial.
Yes.
That's very good.
Thank you.
I did not know how you're going to cross that. Yeah, this is something I'm very excited about. We've been working on for a while. Is a new apprenticeship program. This is specific to manufacturing. And basically, the Department of Labor came to us and explained the offering, and there are now several of our sister community colleges are offering some manufacturing, but Asnuntuck is pretty much known for that. We took the lead of it back in 1998, and so they saw us as an obvious choice for apprenticeship, and basically the part that hasn't changed about apprenticeships is that it marries, you have a participant, an employer, and the college piece. But other than that, almost everything that you've heard about apprenticeships has changed. And you know, a lot of companies were not really too interested in it because it involved lots of paperwork, lots of hours, and years of training. And the whole structure now is much more attractive in getting into the back scratching. So for the basically now what we have put together is a program that we're hoping to start as early as this spring, but don't. In academia, spring is January. People go spring, and so late January, early February, we're going to do an apprenticeship program. And the companies, all you have to do is you register on Department of Labor site. It's very quick and easy, 2 pages. They make sure you're in good standing with the state. You're doing business in the state. You can send up to 5 employees to my training, and this is a 2-year program. The time commitment is not as daunting as you would think, because the entire program is 300 hours. 3 hours a week we're going to do, Monday nights
It's
from
manageable.
6 to 9, and we're going to go from applied shop math to blueprint. We're going to do some GD&T, some quality, so it's a 2-year program. There's an OSHA embedded in there. So it's a very well-rounded training, and all the companies I've spoken to are very excited about it. The students will get free training. This is valued at $3,750, and they will get it absolutely free. The businesses will get they get $13,000 a year or total per student that participates.
Wow.
So if they send 5, you're talking about $65,000. This is wage reimbursement funds based on the hours that they work. So they've really made it attractive for participants, for businesses. We're getting a great response, and certainly anyone who's interested in that can contact me, and I can give all the details. But
Yeah, I was going to ask, are employers snapping this up? Are you getting the word out there? Are they excited?
they are. I mean, we literally just announced it earlier in November, and we're putting all the pieces together. They're getting all their ducks in a row over the holidays, registering, trying to get students and all that. But it's moving really quickly.
Excellent.
It has the potential to, if this fills up, I don't see taking more than 20 participants just logistically for classrooms and that.
Right.
We can open more and more cohorts,
Excellent.
based on the demand. So just the existing clients that I have now will fill this first cohort. So we have just started to promote it. It's statewide. So
Yeah, and why wouldn't people take
Right.
advantage of it? It's such a great opportunity.
it really is. We've never offered anything like this before, and it's a great partnership with Department of Labor.
Yeah, it sounds terrific. Is it a brand new program that the DOL is doing?
Well, this funding is new, so there's a combination of reduced hours. I mean, ours is a 2-year program. I'm sorry. In the past, these have been 6 and 7 years, huge commitments, huge paperwork, not the incentives that they have now with the wage reimbursement and all that. So, this is a new program and definitely new to us.
Very cool. So if an employer is watching and wants to find out more information, should they contact you? I know your information was across the screen, but and there's some manufacturing pictures. I, by the way, was just reading an article that said on any given day in Connecticut there are 13,000 unfilled manufacturing jobs. So there are a lot of jobs out there. A lot of jobs.
We've identified, and that part of what helped me put this together was I've been going out business to business, and I'm, the Department of Labor was talking about they were having a hard time getting enough critical mass to get these classes running. And I'm thinking to myself, I know 4 businesses were doing blueprint right now, 4 different businesses, so we can sort of pull this together. But they all, it's actually it used to be very competitive, all of these, the businesses and the folks that they wanted. And now they're actually all coming to the table, and they're like, we just need to get more people excited about manufacturing and educated in it. And this, you know, the rising tide will lift all boats. So they're
Right.
not. They realize that if, you know, as the skill set comes up, that people will have options, and they're fine with that now. Whereas it
Good.
used to be very territorial and, you know, sort of guarded. But
Yeah.
this is, you know, what the change that I'm seeing as I'm out there.
Yeah, that's great. And I mean, really, that's what we're doing across the board, is helping people upskill, get more skills, become employable, or advance in their chosen career, change careers, whatever
right.
it is. We're assisting them. So you have, you know, manufacturing as well as other industries you're working with across the board. Really, it's not limited to manufacturing. I know apprenticeship is, but the other things that you do, the trainings you offer, can be a variety of types of employers.
Like I think sometimes they start out with just something mandatory, like we do OSHA or sexual harassment, and then as we get in there and we see some needs, and they see what we offer, and it just grows.
And it grows.
Yeah.
Fantastic. And then we have Jess, who oversees the programs that provide healthcare career skills to
Right.
people, sometimes with college credit, which is
right.
really terrific. Sometimes there's no cost if they're SNAP recipients,
That's right.
or WIOA. And now we just found out there's a $5.8 million grant for dislocated workers to get scholarships in either manufacturing or healthcare. So we're
Right.
going to start pushing that as well, making sure people are aware there is money out there, and
Right.
it's not a trick. There are not strings attached. It's
Right.
legit, and you know, come and get it. Get it while it lasts. So there are a lot of great opportunities. And now, Kelly, I'm very pleased. We've talked about you coming over to Tunxus in Farmington with me part-time to start our esthetician program over there.
Very
so
exciting.
it's very
Yes,
exciting.
it's
That's part of
exciting.
really becoming one college for
That's
this
right.
region.
Yes.
Which is the plan.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Asnuntuck, Tunxus, Northwestern, and Naugatuck Valley
Right.
operating as one region of colleges. And so this is a great example of being able to share resources across campuses for the benefit of both communities.
Right.
So I'm really thrilled to have you come over. So we're almost out of time, but before we end, is there any chance of an apprenticeship TV show coming out, like a reboot, like Apprentice Enfield edition? You could be like Donald Trump. Is that? Are you thinking anything? Any thoughts? Can we get like a spin-off here? I like that one.
Well, we don't fire anybody.
Okay. Well, just food for thought. Let's workshop it.
Yeah.
And then, Jess, could you say a few words about the upcoming open house in January?
Oh, yes. So we're going to be having our continuing ed open house January 9th. It's Wednesday, 5:30 to 7:30. And all the instructors will be there representing their program. So,
And I think that's great, because if somebody's watching and they have questions, they can come and speak to the actual instructor.
That's right.
Who can really give them all the details on those programs.
That's
Fun
right.
night.
It is
It
fun.
is.
It's a fun night.
It is.
You meet
Yeah.
so many great people.
And we have food. Right?
Yep. We
Refreshments.
have refreshments, giveaways. So
And
it's
you
just a good
save.
time. You also save $100 on a program over $700 if you come down that night and register the same night.
Oh, so that's a great savings, $100 off
Yes.
qualifying programs.
That's right.
Very good. That's excellent. Very exciting. So I'd like to thank you all for being on my show.
Thank you.
I've had a lot of
you.
fun. Hopefully
Yes.
we've provided some new information out there on the airwaves. And if you're watching, come on by and see us. Jess, real quick, what's your phone number?
My phone number is 860-253-3066.
So 253-3066. Gary, what's yours?
860-253-3128.
Great. So if you have any further questions, please feel free to stop by, give us a call, shoot us an email. We're here, and we're always working.
Yeah.
Always working.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you want to plan for the future, we can help your dreams come true. A degree that gets you the right job. It's affordable and easy for you. Asnuntuck Community College. Friendly people that know who you are. Asnuntuck Community College. A college so close that can take you so far. Asnuntuck Community College, a college so close it can take you so far.